This is RTV6 News at 5, working for you.
6:30 in the morning, freaking out that the truck was missing from his driveway.
Caught on camera, a group of kids breaking into cars and in some cases stealing vehicles right from the driveway. It's happening while the owners are inside just feet away.
Neighbors believe the cases on the southwest side are connected, but police have not confirmed that yet. Despite that, there is a group targeting the area caught on several different cameras.
RTV6's Nicole Griffin spoke to several people today who are impacted, but first at 5, a business owner that's trying to get his stolen truck back.
In these most recent cases, the thieves are not even using keys to break in and steal these vehicles. It's happening all over the southwest side. In one of the most recent cases, a local business owner tells us he was impacted.
No broken glass or anything like that, so I imagine they Slim Jim'd the car and was able to take off, and they said they did not hear anything.
Paul Miller is the owner of Innovative Home Realty based out of Brownsburg. He offers this free box truck to clients as a courtesy when they move. On Tuesday morning, he received a startling call from his client who lives in Heartland Crossing in Canby, alerting him the truck was stolen.
The buyer of this home started calling me at 6:30 in the morning, kind of freaking out, saying, "Hey, the truck is missing. Did you come get it?" And I was half awake, and no, I didn't. I didn't come get it. It's a busy season right now, so I have a lot of sales. I've kind of already promised the truck to other clients, like, hey, so now I'm going to stick to my word. If they rent a U-Haul or something like that, I'll pay them back. But so yeah, it's costing me more money and more time.
I talked to several people who live on the southwest side, either in Canby or nearby. They shared videos with RTV6 showing a group of kids breaking in vehicles. And in this case, last Thursday, they took off in a truck. The owner was later able to track down the truck with GPS at Washington and Tremont. You'll hear from him coming up at 6 o'clock. But until then, drivers hope you'll contact police if you recognize these kids, and also lock your doors to avoid being a target. Working for you in Canby, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
Nicole, thanks. And Paul Miller's case is being handled by the Morgan County Sheriff's Office. If you have any information on where the box truck is, contact that department. IMPD is also handling some of the cases in Canby since part of the area is located in Marion County. If you have a tip about who may be involved in any of these cases, contact Crime Stoppers at 317-262-TIPS. And it is our mission to work for our neighbors. If you have a problem that you are not getting answers to, reach out to us at workingforyou@rtv6.com.
New information at 5, a History Channel show on the death of an infamous 1930s gangster John Dillinger won't happen. This move comes as it's unclear whether Dillinger's family will be able to exhume his body at Crown Hill Cemetery. History Channel spokesman Dan Silberman says the decision was made not to move forward on the project, which was in the development stage. As part of the show, Dillinger's remains were supposed to be exhumed from their burial site at Crown Hill Cemetery in Indianapolis this month. Without the History Channel's involvement, it's not clear if those plans will be carried out. There is speculation in some circles that the man the FBI agent shot in front of a Chicago movie theater in 1934 was not Dillinger, and that remains at Crown Hill are not his. The FBI, however, maintains there is clear evidence that the man agent shot was Dillinger.
It's another hot and muggy day as you take a live look out across central Indiana. Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory joins us. Kevin, what are we tracking right now?
We've got some thunderstorms around, so that's something new in this summer pattern. We've got the hazy, hot, and humid conditions that we're used to here the last few days. Temperature, it did hit 90 this afternoon, and temperatures next couple days will be close to that, but I think probably fall short because of an increasing amount of cloud cover and thunderstorm chances. At first glance, not much happening here. We've had one complex of thunderstorms moving from west to east. It rolled through Logansport, now around Peru, Bunker Hill, Grissom Air Reserve Base here. This is fading, as you can see. It may well generate additional thunderstorms to the east. Just like today, I think tomorrow the better chance for thunderstorms will be over the northern third of the state, or northern half. Winds out of the west-southwest right now. Still time to talk about that combination of heat and humidity. A rain-cooled 79 in Peru, while it's 89 in Indy, with a heat index of 93 degrees. Between now and 10 o'clock, isolated thunderstorms fade away. Temperatures stay very warm, and it stays very humid.
Developing tonight, the city of Carmel says one of its police officers who was accused of driving driving drunk had a blood alcohol content more than twice the legal limit. Police stopped Carmel officer Brian Hood Tuesday evening near City Center Drive and Rangeline Road. Hood was driving his personal vehicle. During the stop, officers determined Hood had been drinking and performed a breath test. Investigators say Hood registered a 0.19% BAC and he was booked into the Hamilton County Jail. He is now on paid leave pending the outcome of the investigation.
Tonight, a Shelby County family is still trying to get answers after they returned home from a camping trip to find their roof missing. Yes, you heard that right. They came home and there was no roof on their house. We first shared this story with you last night on the news at 11. Kevin and Shelly Giles made the unwelcome discovery on Tuesday, and tonight we went back to their home. The Giles tell us they're still waiting for the insurance company to assess the situation. After that, they can finally move forward, but the question remains, who removed their roof?
No, we haven't heard anything from the police to find anyone. We've went and traveled around looking for places that may be the roofing, you know, their houses or whatever to see people, but we haven't seen anyone. So we're still at a standstill.
The couple filed a police report and is in contact with an insurance company. They hope someone accepts responsibility for this bizarre situation.
Neighbors in Martinsville are concerned about their safety tonight. Police are now investigating 2 deaths that happened within a week and not far from each other. Investigators say the first death happened on September 4th near Garfield Avenue and Crawford Road. Officers found a woman dead near the intersection. Police say the second death happened September 10th on South Lincoln Street. Police found a woman's body inside a home there. Both cases are still under investigation, and police say there is no evidence to suggest the deaths are related.
Tonight, IMPD is shedding new light on how 2 small children were shot at a home on the city's northeast side last Friday. Police are calling the case an accident. Metro Police say the victims, ages 2 and 5, were at home with another child when that shooting happened. Investigators say the children's parent left a loaded shotgun in the closet. Officers say the victims were left unattended in a room. Detectives believe the third child found the gun and fired 1 shot, striking the other 2 children. The victims have since been released from the hospital. The Marion County prosecutor will determine if charges are filed or not.
Newly obtained records show a dump truck driver accused of causing a crash that left an elderly Danville couple dead had at least 25 violations on his driving record. Danny Williams had a valid commercial driver's license at the time of last week's crash. However, in 2015, the state suspended his CDL for a year after Williams was convicted of driving while intoxicated. Cossack Investigates found other violations on his record dating back to 1978, including speeding, seatbelt violations, improper use of center lane, and disregarding traffic signals. The BMV says not all citations affect the driving record. For example, points related to speeding only affect the record for 2 years. Williams could lose his CDL for life if he's convicted in this latest crash. He admitted to snorting heroin before the collision.
Former Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department Deputy Chief Chris Bailey is resigning from his new post as Asheville Police Chief after less than 2 months on the job. Bailey took over as chief of the Asheville Police Department on July 29th. His last day will be September 27th. The city of Asheville issued a press release on Wednesday saying Bailey had submitted his resignation for personal reasons which need his attention. They also attempted to quash rumors that his resignation stemmed from a misdemeanor charge Bailey faced 15 years ago. IMPD says Bailey will return to Indianapolis to rejoin IMPD as a captain, which is his merit rank.
Today marks 18 years since the deadliest terror attack on American soil. 4 U.S. commercial jets hijacked. Those hijackers flew 2 of the planes into the World Trade Center. Both towers eventually collapsed with thousands of people still inside. 1 plane hit the Pentagon and 1 crashed in a field near Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Nearly 3,000 people were killed in New York City, Washington, D.C., and Pennsylvania. Taps played this morning at Ground Zero in New York City, where the Twin Towers once stood. This is now the site of the 9/11 Memorial in remembrance of the victims and heroes who lost their lives on September 11th, 2001. In total, 2,977 people were killed in the September 11th terrorist attacks.
Today, Indianapolis International Airport held a ceremony to honor the thousands of people who lost their lives on 9/11. The ceremony featured a display of a piece of steel from the World Trade Center recovered from Ground Zero. Also, this event reminds us of how 9/11 changed the way we travel.
TSA was born from this, obviously, and tighter security, and just people are more vigilant about what's going on around you, being aware of your surroundings.
Indianapolis Airport Authority, first responders, and TSA officials also participated in the ceremony to honor 9/11 victims at Indianapolis International Airport.
Ahead here at 5 o'clock, we're getting an updated look here in Indiana at just how dangerous vaping could be.
And thunderstorms starting to join the heat and humidity. We'll go through the timing of additional thunderstorms tomorrow and for Friday coming up.
It's Better Hearing today.
Welcome back to RTV6 News at 5. New numbers tonight showing the potential danger of vaping here in Indiana. The Indiana State Department of Health says they are now investigating 34 cases of illnesses possibly caused by vaping. The state says there are also 8 confirmed vaping-related illnesses and 1 vaping-related death. And with the growing number of vaping-related illnesses across the country, many want the government to look deeper into the issue and possibly take action. ABC's Maggie Ruley with new information at this hour.
As the number of deaths and illnesses related to vaping continues to rise, there are growing calls for the FDA to take action.
We urge the U.S. Food and Drug Administration to speed up the regulation of e-cigarettes and remove all unregulated products from the market.
President Trump says he's considering a ban on flavored e-cigarettes.
Vaping has become a very big business, but we can't allow people to get sick, and we can't have our youth be so affected.
President meeting with Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar and FDA Administrator Dr. Ned Sharpless.
The data just shows the kids are getting access to these products in spite of our best efforts. So we simply have to remove these attractive flavored products from the marketplace.
On Tuesday, the American Lung Association issuing this warning. E-cigarettes are not safe and can cause irreversible lung damage and lung disease. Teens and young adults are particularly at risk. Texas A&M student Hunter Sims says the new flavors kept tempting him to vape more before he ended up in the ICU.
It's horrible for you, and I came very close to death, and I'm lucky.
Local authorities are now doing their part to prevent dangerous products from circulating. A joint operation in Kenosha County, Wisconsin, announcing arrests related to an illegal THC vaping cartridge manufacturing ring.
They found 31,200 vape cartridges filled already, ready to be shipped out. Each was filled with 1 gram of THC.
Authorities say they still haven't found a particular device or product that's the source of these illnesses, but the CDC is investigating more than 450 cases they believe are linked to e-cigarettes or vaping. Maggie Ruley, ABC News, New York.
Now an important traffic alert that you need to keep in mind for tomorrow. A portion of Fall Creek Road on the northeast side will close as crews begin to replace a culvert and bridge trail. The Indianapolis Department of Public Works says Fall Creek Road will close between 71st and 79th Street tomorrow. The Department of Public Works will begin the replacement of the Fall Creek culvert on the 9500 block of Fall Creek Road. Crews will also replace a bridge rail there. DPW says the culvert and bridge rail have seen significant concrete deterioration, including cracks and erosion. The project is supposed to wrap up in mid-October.
Working for you with a warning before you buy your next car. Yo-yo sales is a practice that costs people their ride even after they've already signed on the dotted line and driven off the lot. Kindergarten teacher Andrea Phelps bought a Nissan Versa from a dealer in Florida back in June, but 2 months later, the dealership called Phelps and told her the loan was not approved and to bring the car back. Yo-yo financing, where you can drive off with the car before financing is complete, is perfectly legal, but consumer lawyer Andrew Alt says it opens the door for problems down the road.
They want the down payment, they want the trade-in, and they want the customer.
To avoid problems on your next car purchase, confirm financing through your bank or credit union before shopping and avoid loans through the dealership. Make sure you know what you're signing up for and don't drive away until the financing deal is confirmed. Tonight, Cardi B plans to wow people here in Indianapolis.
She postponed her scheduled concert in July after an unverified threat. Now, this is the makeup date, so the show should go on tonight at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Opening for Cardi B is Kevin Gates and Saweetie.
doors open for this big concert at 5:30. The show begins at 7. I think a lot of people like it like that.
Yes, I see what you did there. Tomorrow, the Indy Jazz Fest returns to Indianapolis. There is a 10-day lineup celebrating the legacy of jazz.
This year's festival will include Caribbean sounds, acts from the Dominican Republic and beyond, and will feature notable Indianapolis performers and award-winning national acts.
The performances will be at different venues across Indianapolis. Again, the Indy Jazz Fest starts tomorrow. It runs through September 21st. Plenty to do here.
Always a lot going on.
And a little change in the weather. The cool down that we've talked about, the better feel is brief. But it is on Saturday, so that's nice, and then temperatures will take off the other way again. Mark it down, put it in the books. Another day at 90 degrees, that makes 20. If your memory is good, there were 58 days of 90-degree warmth or warmer back in 1983. Here's your temperature trend. Still very warm tomorrow, a little cooler Friday because of more numerous thunderstorms. The coolest day Saturday, just above 80 degrees, and then we climb right back into the upper 80s for a big chunk of the 7-day forecast. Tomorrow and Friday, chance for thunderstorms around tomorrow, I think, mainly in the northern half of the state. More widespread Friday with the cold front. That will knock our temperatures back briefly, lower the humidity, give us a break for 24 hours, and then we're back at it on Sunday with temperatures back to 87 or so. Thunderstorms have been numerous to the north. That's where the cold front sits, the dividing line between the very warm, humid air that we have and the cooler, more comfortable temperatures to the north. That one little complex of thunderstorms that we watched rumble from Monticello across Logansport to Peru has faded away. Rest of central Indiana right now is dry. We're all humid. Temperatures as we go into tomorrow, 70 degrees first thing in the morning. Afternoon temperatures again will warm to 88 with that chance for thunderstorms, most likely northern half of the state. Temperatures, they stay around 70 through the overnight. We just don't cool off much. Out the door in the morning, warm, humid, and dry. Late morning temperature already up to 82 degrees. That wind will be out of the southwest as we plan ahead. Chance for thunderstorms is around on a more widespread basis for Friday. 85 degrees. We back off just a little bit. Let's pick it up at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Not yet bubbling up thunderstorms. By 4 we are northwest of Lafayette. Then as we get to 7 o'clock, even including areas from I-70 north from Indianapolis toward Frankfort, Kokomo, Peru, and can't rule out isolated thunderstorms elsewhere, but I don't think they'll be widespread. Thursday, temperature 84 at noon, and afternoon temperatures around 88 for the high. Friday, thunderstorms with a marginal or low risk for severe storms. Saturday is our day for a break. We exhale, 81 degrees. We start in the lower 60s even on Sunday morning. Sunday's high back to 87. We're still in the upper 80s Monday, and when we cool down, we're still above the average high of 79 degrees.
And that's the cool down?
That's the cool down.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotta take it. We'll be right back.
See Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
Hello and a very good day to you. I'm Julie Grant with Court TV Live, and we continue bringing you gavel-to-gavel coverage of a very sad murder trial happening right now in southern Ohio. Defendant Skylar Richardson was a high school senior when she hid her pregnancy from her family and her friends. She says the baby was stillborn, and she buried her infant daughter in her parents' backyard. During the state's case in chief, they played 2 interrogation videos that Richardson did with police, but they may have provided more questions than they did answers. Did Richardson confess through her own free will, or was she coerced to say what the police wanted her to say? Well, the defense is now in day number 2 of their case in chief. This morning, they continued calling witness after witness who testified that Skylar Richardson is a good person, a person who suffered from an eating disorder, a person who would never kill another living being. The big question, will the jury believe these witnesses? Also, a psychologist who examined Skylar Richardson took the stand and told the jury about his findings. Does his testimony help her? And will Skylar Richardson now take the stand in her own defense? We'll continue our gavel-to-gavel live coverage for you of this trial and all your other legal news right here on Court TV. I'm Julie Grant. Now back to you in the studio.
And you can stream Court TV live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at courttv.com.
A family trapped at a waterfall fearing for their lives.
But thanks to a water bottle, they are alive and safe tonight. Curtis Whitson and his girlfriend and his 13-year-old son got stuck when they reached a river after 2 days of hiking in Central California. They wanted to float down that river on inner tubes. The problem, though, the water was way too high.
Plus, they were also facing a 40-foot deep canyon, and the ropes typically fastened to rocks that allow hikers to rappel down were missing. But Whitson heard voices on the other side of a waterfall.
So he helped carve help on a reusable water bottle he found, put a note inside, and threw it over the waterfall. Amazingly, the two hikers on the other side found that bottle and alerted authorities, who rescued the family.
Wow.
Amazing that all worked out.
And creative thinking.
Yeah, it was. New at 6 p.m. here on RTV6, a local school board under fire for keeping a teacher on staff who's accused of sexual misconduct with a student. A tense meeting brought parents face to face with officials, and we were there.
But first on the Now, Indy, most kids in school were not even born yet by the time 9/11 happened. A first-hand look at how our schools are trying to educate our children about the terrorist attacks that forever shook our nation. You're watching RTV6.